Hello and welcome to my Devil May Cry 5 Dante Must Die Nero S-Rank guide. This is mission 8, Demon King. The key to this mission is knowing how to fight the Fury. So if you haven't already, check out my two separate guides where I demonstrate how to fight the Fury safe and stylish, and also the guide where I establish a so-called baseline for Nero, which allows you to fight both safe and stylish at the same time against pretty much 70% of the enemies in this game. But what I'm doing here right now is I'm using the baseline against the Caninas to juice up some Devil Trigger, which is going to be very useful in the upcoming fight against the two Antinoras and the Fury. So the baseline is not really that complicated. I go through it I flesh it out in the separate video. But it's, as you're seeing here, it involves jump cancelling and wire snatching immediately after. And then you just add a slash and a move before the jump cancel. But you can't really use the baseline against the Antinoras, because if you do the caliber or shoot them, they will fall to the ground and immediately power armor. So what I do is instead I do a max act and launch them in the air, and then I jump, initiate Devil Trigger, grab them and shoot and jump cancel in between each shot, and then grab them again, and then I just repeat that over and over. And the Antinoras, when they Devil Trigger, they will fall to the ground no matter what you do. So when they Devil Trigger, I will just use some calibers and some charge shot and dodge their attacks, like you're seeing here right now. And then I'm gonna repeat the max acted launch. And that netted some style points. So now the Fury comes. When he stands up, I shoot him immediately. Then I run forward, grab him to keep the style I had accumulated from the Antinoras. And now I just know how he telegraphs his attacks. So he's the move he just did. He walks forward slowly, pulls out the sword, and then you just count to 2 and use the Gerber forward, parry him into a caliber, into a pay line, into a grab, and you also you cancel the pay line with the Devil Trigger to launch him in the air. So let's see what he does now. He pulls out his sword again, walks slowly forward. I count to 1, 2, parry, caliber, pay line, cancelling the pay line with the Devil Trigger, launch him, jump, grab, and finish him off. And fighting the Fury stylish here. That means you don't have to do the 2 optional fights coming up. You can just skip them, because the rest of my method will accumulate all the style points you need. You need 5,000 style points with the 1.2 bonus multiplier to get the S rank on this mission. And the boss fight against Urizen, it's an easy fight, but it's pretty hard to net style points against it. So I very much advocate fighting the Fury stylish here in the beginning. So you get over 5,000 style points from the 2 mandatory fights coming up. This is also a pretty long mission because of all the running, so that's even more reason to skip the optional fights in case you mess up against the Fury or the Proto-Angelo. So you don't have to redo a lot of gameplay. The Proto-Angelo coming up here can be challenging on Dante Must Die because of the damage he does and the health he has when he Devil Triggers. But I'm gonna show you here how to fight relatively safe. So what I do here first is I use the baseline against the Baphomet just to get him out of the way, so I can focus on just dodging the Proto-Angelo without having to worry about the Baphomets shooting their attacks. So I use the baseline here to try to get max air, so I get the camera off the other Baphomet so he doesn't shoot me. And then I knock off his shield with the caliber usually, and then I just do the baseline. And the lock-on system is being a bit finicky here, as it usually is, but I'm trying to adapt. So when I accidentally locked on the Proto-Angelo there, I immediately jump cancel off him and try to lock onto the Baphomet instead. But as you see here now, he fell down, so I'm going to use the showdown on him. Whenever he falls down, I use the showdown. And that does some damage, but it particularly builds style points. And then I grab him after to keep the triple S here. And now it's just when you fight him on the ground like this, you just whenever he attacks, you just jump or Gerber away. You see here, he attacks, he telegraphs his attacks. They are pretty slow. It's a long telegraph. So whenever he telegraphs his attacks, I jump or Gerber away. And then I just try to hammer him as much as possible with the roulette spin, the charge shot, and initiating devil trigger here and there. And now he fell down again. But I was a bit slow there to notice that he fell down, so I didn't use the showdown. So I just went back to fight him normally by watching out for his telegraphs and then jumping or Gerber away. As you can see, it's pretty ridiculous the amount of health he has. And there he attacked, I Gerber away. He's blocking. See, he kind of missed me there, so I didn't have to do anything. Just keep on hammering him with the calibers, the roulette spin, and the charge shot. And there he attacked, so I Gerber away, and yeah, it's really not much to it. It's just whenever he starts to telegraph his attack, you jump or Gerber away and caliber back or do the roulette spin. And now I'm over 5,000 style points, which is what we need with the 1.2 bonus multiplier to get the 6,000 required style points. Because you can't no damage this mission either, or you can, but then it means that you have to fight yours in second phase on Dante Must Die, and that's not an easy task. So I think I take one hit out of yours, and that's the only hit I take on this mission. A lot of this mission is just running up to yours, and on this upcoming fight here, I'm gonna have some problems with the lock-on system and the camera, so it's gonna look a bit messy, but it will get the job done. Generally, what I'm trying to do here is focus on only one Baphomet and knock off his shield with the caliber that I failed there. I totally failed it. And when I knocked off his shield, I gained max height to get the camera off the other Baphomet and the nobody. As you see there, I knock off the shield with the caliber, and then I do the first part of the baseline, jump cancelling off him, wire snatching immediately after to get max height. And then I just try to stay in the corner like this, finishing off one at a time with the baseline, but I'm failing it here because the camera and the lock-on system is a bit annoying with all the enemies, but there I finally got the one I was currently attacking back into the baseline, and then it's just you do a slash, try to exceed the slash, and after you've done the slash you do a special move like the pay line, caliber, or the roulette spin, and then you jump cancel it, and then you wire snatch immediately after. And when I do the split, when I jump cancel the split, I usually fire a short shot, or after the pay line, as you're seeing there, so I don't follow the enemy down. But you can see the power of the baseline here. It's keeping me safe, and it nets a lot of style points, even though you're just repeating the same moves over and over. And as long as you exceed the slash or the move, you will get style points. And the nobody is the same thing as with the Proto-Angelo. You just caliber towards him, initiate Devil Trigger, and start hammering him. And he usually doesn't do anything at all. And then when he falls to the ground, like he has done now, you just use the showdown with Devil Trigger. And then you just continue caliber towards him and start hammering him. And he will seldom attack or do anything at all. And now it's just Urizen left. And for the Urizen fight, I just dodge with the Gerbera, and I wait for him to do a move or two, and after he has done a move or two, I caliber towards his core, and then I just Gerbera back and just shoot him with the charge shot, and I repeat that over and over. And he will go down pretty quickly, as long as you manage to exceed and do a max acted caliber towards his shield orb. Right, some more running. It's a
Think it's good to be king, huh? Not for much longer.
Alright, so as you're seeing here now, I wait for him to do a move or two, and then I just caliber towards his shield orb, and then I Gerbera back, and then I shoot the charge shot, wait for him to do a move or two, and then I caliber, Gerbera back, fire the charge shot, and then I just repeat this. And it may look menacing with all the different moves he throws out here, but they're really easy to dodge with the Gerbera. And with Nero you got the double air hike, so just jump one time, and then you have the Gerbera and the double air hike to dodge whatever he throws at you, the second thing he throws at you, and then you just caliber towards his core, and then Gerbera back and repeat. Of all the boss fights, this boss fight is pretty easy in my opinion and ability. And I managed to do it. It wasn't intentional, but I parried his balls there. But don't focus on that, it's just risky. He usually does his artillery, his ground fire move, and the balls, and the time slowing sphere. And there I take a hit. As you see, I was too quick with the caliber, and I take another hit, and I save Devil Trigger for that. In case I take a hit here, I save Devil Trigger to heal. But he's almost a goner now. But wait for him to do 2 moves before you caliber. I didn't do that there when I took the hit. He did one move and then I calibered and it caught me off guard. And this is it now. I'm just gonna let him finish me now to end the mission.
I'll feed it into your head.
Very well. I shall show you my true power.
We're holding back?
Die. Depths of despair.
Alright. So, should have around 6,500 style points, yeah. With the no continuous bonus multiplier.